A warning before taking on more debt. As things get tight, it's tempting to turn to debt when we get behind or something goes wrong in our life. I want to strongly warn you against this, and I'll show you exactly why. Before we do, a reminder that this is why for a long time I've said to do these 3 things. 1. Get rid of a credit card even if you owe nothing on it. Why do you need it? Number 2. Get rid of get now, worry about it later. Buy now, pay later. Number 3, make $500 to help you cover any unexpected costs and build up that emergency fund. Why? Because shit happens, and it's never been easier to access credit. If you want it, you can find it. Most people think that the danger of debt is in the interest rate, and that's partly true, especially when we see a bank jacking credit card rates up to beyond 20%. But let's be fair to the banks, they've got to pay for them AirPoint rewards somehow, hey, that you think are free. But anyway, story for another day. This isn't the only issue with debt. One of the issues is trying to pay it back. Most people look at the regular repayment and that's it. Can I afford that? Yeah, okay, great, I'll take the debt on. But let me blow your mind for a second here, and this will change the way that you look at debt for the rest of your life. If you borrow $10,000 for a car, you need to make over $15,000 to pay the debt back. Say what? Well, there's a high chance that you're going to lose 1/3 of that $15,000 to tax, aren't you? So to pay it back, you're going to have to make $15K to then clear the debt, because we pay debt back with after-tax income. Now, repaying a $2,000 credit card will take most people about $3,000 in a pay rise to do. As incomes have risen due to inflation, more and more people have ended up earning income above $53,500. Every dollar of income between $53,500 and $78,100 is taxed at 30%. And that's effectively 1/3. Now, income between $78,100 and $180,000 is taxed at 33%, and that's definitely 1/3. Now, some people way smarter than me did some calculations back in 2023, and these are now outdated because inflation has made it worse again, but these numbers suggest that the 30% tax rate shouldn't kick in until $72,891, right up to $106,298. This is if tax rates were indexed back to the last time they were changed in 2010, factoring in inflation. Now let's ignore all the should they, shouldn't they for a second and just understand this. A lot of your income under $53,500 is spent covering everyday living costs and life costs and tax, i.e. the median rent in New Zealand is around $600 a week, right? So times that by 52, you got $31,200. $53,500 after tax in KiwiSaver is $43,288.50. Once you start earning over $53,500, you're getting taxed at 30% in the dollar on that income, above $53,500 up to $78,100. This is making it very tough to have money left over. The money left over might be needed to pay down debt, save for an event, pay off a credit card, save for a house, reduce the student loan further. No wonder you're finding it tough out there. Not only are interest rates high, which are tripping people up, but the increasing debt amounts are hard to clear because of the level of taxes as well. So clearing debt is hard, so you want to be careful before taking it on. This is why I encourage you not to only look at what the debt repayment is, but what you'll need to earn to pay it back with after-tax free cash flow. With over 450,000 Kiwis getting behind on their payments, I can guess that not everybody does this exercise. Don't make it even harder for yourself by taking out dumb debt to buy shit that you don't need. Now, I'm going to give you a scenario to really ram this home. You earn $55,000 and all of your income is allocated. You have nothing left over and you live paycheck to paycheck. Now you run into a $2,000 emergency, and there are 2 options. Number 1 is sell some shit you don't need or use, and number 2 is to borrow the $2,000. The fast way is to do option 2 and borrow the $2,000, right? Because you don't want to get rid of the kayak that you never use or the 3 pairs of shoes in the wardrobe. Why should you? Life's not fair. You worked hard for that stuff. Why should you have to sell it? Totally, I get it. So go and grab the $2,000 credit card from the bank, max it out and pay for the emergency that way. Now in this example, I'm going to be generous and let it be 0% interest for now. Now the outcome is that you're $2K in debt, and at some stage you realize life isn't fair, you worked hard and you still have to pay it back because the bank don't give 2 f***s what you think is fair or how it should work. Oh sorry, did you want it sugar coated? We better grab a couple of bloody Nurofen then. To clear this card, you have to get some extra work, ask for a pay rise, start a side hustle to clear it. You now need to make $3,000 to then pay your tax and be left with the net amount to clear the credit card to cover this emergency. So your $2,000 problem or cost just became $3,000 of income. This is, of course, if you pay your taxes, which I'm sure you do. Now, if you haven't already, remove any access to debt that will tempt you. Build that emergency fund ahead of the emergency. Hopefully, that gets you thinking. If you need some more convincing, check out this message that I received. Just a message to say thanks for all your content. Been listening, reading Money Mail for some time, and in the time I've gotten rid of debt and just been starting building an emergency fund. Just found out yesterday we have an upcoming 2K bill for a hot water cylinder, but rather than that sinking us and going back into debt for it, it's just an inconvenience that we can pay for in cash. Keep up the mahi, it is appreciated and making a difference to Kiwi homes. Be smart with debt. Please be smart with debt when it's thrown in your face all the time and told that it's easy to access. If you want more lessons like this, check out more videos on the Keep the Change YouTube channel, or check out the podcast with over 500 episodes and 1.5 million downloads.